Hello, adventurer. It's good to see you. You have made it to the morning grind.
Welcome, welcome.
It's the live stream at the beginning of the Geekverse, where we talk about all types of topics in geekdom, gaming, and fantasy, with an emphasis on being constructive and creating the things that we want to exist in the world.
It's all on the grind, Sizemore. Can't be too fine, can't be too coarse.
That's exactly right. There are a lot of adventures to be had today. Dungeons to explore and monsters to slay, and who knows what a random encounter might send our way. That's why we have to prepare, so settle in now for the morning grind with your favorite beverage in hand.
Tea? Or maybe something a little stronger. I've got a few bottles of the old Wynyard left.
Whatever you want. Pull up a chair.
Dude.
If you're feeling fancy, how about a cappuccino? Or a frappuccino? Or how about an espresso?
Just tea, thank you.
Sounds good to me, Gandalf. Whatever you want. I'm just glad you're here.
Everyone is welcome. You can just watch if you want. You don't have to worship anything you don't want to worship.
Thank you, Mike. But be forewarned.
Sometimes we get really strange characters around here.
Wait, what's that you say? Why can't you come and be a part of the stream?
My wife would disown me.
Oh no, I bet she'll be fine with it. Come on in.
Am I scared for my safety? No.
What are we supposed to do?
Everybody do the secret handshake.
Secret cultist handshake.
Oh, now do wizards who love each other.
This, my friend, is a science.
I still don't have gifts, but it's fine.
It's all on the grind, son. Can't be too fine, can't be too coarse.
Dude, this would be a sick place to bring the band.
Indeed it would be, Dave. It really would. I'm seeing more people coming in. Welcome. Glad to have you here. Oh, look, here's someone new.
Is this the cultist meetup?
Yes it is.
Come to hang out? Please accept me. I have nothing else.
Okay, we accept you. Everyone's welcome here.
Brought some snacks.
Well, that makes things even better.
You want some coffee? I don't drink coffee. You sure? It's cultist coffee. What makes it cultist coffee? I'm a cultist and I'm drinking it. Oh. Then I'll have some.
What exactly is going on here?
I'm seeing more people coming in. Welcome. It's so great to have you. Oh, and look, here comes another stranger.
Can we help you?
Yes, fellow cultists. I could really use some food.
Oh yeah? Welcome. We have donuts.
Oh, it's me. I'm glad I'm here. I'm sure you have a few questions for me, though.
What's your name? Who do you work for? What god do you worship?
Great questions, Rob.
I'm Steve King, and I worship Nyarlathotep.
No, not really. I'm just Heath, and I won't be worshiping anything this morning. But I will be your host. Welcome to the office. We're going to have a great time. I've got my coffee ready, because now it's time for the morning grind.
If you could become a fish, that would be amazing. Then I could command you with my mental fish powers.
Hey, good morning. I'm still in the dark under auxiliary power over here. But as I just haven't still haven't had time to figure out how to reset. I hope I don't have to reset every light in the house. But welcome to the morning grind. Welcome to my home. Welcome to the office. Welcome to the show. Good to see everybody. We've got James here. Good morning. And PH. Good morning. Lynn is here. Zero the Blade. Good morning. Am I becoming a dice goblin? Well, I've got more dice than I need. I mean, when we were making Elder Dice, I've got all of the Elder Dice sets up there. So I've got all the Elder Dice. I didn't get all of the 1-Up dice. We're going to be taking a look at 1-Up dice today. And then I also got the new preview of the Trial of St. Gabriel in. So we're going to take a look at both of these things today. Probably it's not going to take a lot of time to look at either of these, but which is good because I am majorly running out of time, like I am sure many of you are as well. I've got a lot of projects that I'm supposed to work on. Brianna and I, and the project I've got to get underway now. I was having a meeting about different projects last night, a dinner meeting. So I was out up in Birmingham for dinner last night. identified what project to go with after the trial of St. Gabriel. You know, we're relaunching the Cultist, so it goes along with the Cultist relaunch, but there's a lot of work that's got to be done for that. Brianna and I didn't get to work yesterday, but she and I are going to be working immediately after the morning grind and trying to attack a bunch of different things here. So if it's a little bit shorter today, that's fine. It can be a bit shorter because also Christmas is coming. And I've got my Christmas party on Saturday. My father's side of the family has canceled Christmas because everybody's got COVID or the flu or both, and all. I hear this just going around, so be careful out there. But nonetheless, my mother's side of the family is having a get together on Saturday, and so I've got to I still have things to do to get ready for that. I got to go grocery shopping so that I can cook the meals or my part of the meal anyway, and still have some gifts to wrap and things like that. So just chaos between now and Christmas. But although that probably means that Sunday morning we will not have a morning grind because I'll probably just stay at my brother's house Saturday night. And then so Sunday I would not be here for the morning grind. I'll be over at his house. And then one day next week I'm not going to have the grind, I believe next Thursday, because I'm going to get up early and go to my brother's house and play Hero Quest all day with my nephews. So all that's coming. Hey, Charlie. Good morning, Tomocrat. Good morning, Robert. We've got such a great crew here this morning. I don't have coffee. Look what I have this morning. I have this. This is a great thing for Cultists of Cthulhu. All right, the liquid death here. I always I started kind of a tradition last year, picking up some for Christmas. So the reason I have this is because this is, I thought this would be a good drink for the Christmas party. I'm supposed to be responsible for drinks, and it's actually just sparkling water, but it's sparkling water with a fantastic branding on it. So I picked out sparkling water for the Christmas party. So I'm trying a couple of them out right here. Good morning, John. Good morning. Let's see. All right. What do we need to say this morning as far as notes go? Did I come over here? I started to make up tonight. Yeah, so tonight we're talking to RPG by DBJ, which is another thing I have to get ready for tonight. Brianna and I will be working, but let me go over to the Geekverse, to the Table Talk channel. If I can just get there. There we go. So on the Table Talk channel, we've got tonight. I'll send you right to, open a new tab. DBJ is going to be on. He runs the channel RPG with DBJ. So we're going to be talking about role-playing games. He talks a lot about world building on his own channel. He talks about world building. He does game design. So he also worked with Mark Tassin. I saw him credited as one of the consulting designers for the Cool Name RPG. So I do want to talk to him about that. He talks a lot about world building. And yes, he has interviewed Doug. So Doug has been over on his channel talking about the Heroine's Labyrinth. Actually, he found the Heroine's Labyrinth on Doug's website, I believe, independent. I mean, that was a while back ago now when Doug was just starting to come on my channel about the Heroine's Labyrinth. I forget where I was going with that. Oh, yeah, but he interviewed. I want to rewatch some of that if I can, because, yes, I watched it at the time. He is very knowledgeable. So I do recommend checking out his channel as well. He streams early in the morning as well, quite often, like I said, often on different topics about world building and such. But then also, let's see, next Tuesday, Terminator. So Doug and I will be talking Terminator on Tuesday. That's a Christmas theme, right? Kind of, maybe not. Terminator. So Doug and I on Tuesday will be talking about Terminator. And then I'm going to have a guest on next Thursday as well. A new guest on next Thursday as well. and I'm excited about that, but we're just trying to nail down a couple things. I'll make up the thumbnail. I'm excited about that. So that's what's happening on the Table Talk side of things. And then we're also going to be doing some, I hope to be getting out some landing pages about the new projects with Brianna today. Lots of stuff to be done. So that's that. Let's do our morning ritual this morning. Our morning sacrament. Let me pull up our book here. If it will load. Looks like we have it now. All right, Turning Pro by Stephen Pressfield. Everybody get your drink this morning. Killer AI comes to the past to destroy future of humanity. Sure, that's plenty of Christmas. Yeah, why not? Grab your liquid death or whatever it is you're drinking this morning. And then let's take 2 deep breaths, complete inhales, complete exhales, and then we will read from Turning Pro. So here we go. Do it with me now. This is mental health. Take a few seconds to slow down this morning and think, and then we will tackle the day. It's going to be a big day. Here we go. And sip. All right, Turning Pro by Stephen Pressfield. The amateur is terrified. Fear is the primary color of the amateur's interior world. Fear of failure, fear of success, fear of looking foolish. Oh, wait, we read this one. I guess when I had to reset and reload my book, it took me to yesterday. We read this. So the difference part is how the difference in there, the professional is also terrified, but it's how he acts. So today, the amateur is an egotist. The amateur identifies with his own ego. He believes it is himself. That's why he's terrified. The amateur is a narcissist. He views the world hierarchically. He continuously rates himself in relation to others, becoming self-inflated if his fortune rise, and desperately anxious to see his star rise should he fall. No, and desperately anxious if his star should fall. The amateur sees himself as the hero, not only of his own movie, but the movie of others. He insists in his mind, if nowhere else, that others share his view. The amateur competes with others and believes he cannot rise unless a competitor falls. If he had the power, the amateur would eat the world, even knowing that to do so would mean his own extinction. The amateur lives by the opinions of others. Although the amateur's identity is seated in his own ego, the ego is so weak that it cannot define itself based on its own self-evaluation. The amateur allows his worth to identify and be allows his worth and identify. An identity. The amateur allows his worth and identity to be defined by others. The amateur craves third-party validation. The amateur is tyrannized by his imagined conception of what is expected of him. He is imprisoned by what he believes he ought to think, how he ought to look, and how he ought to do, and how he ought to be. Lynn says, I have liquid coffee, which is liquid life, or at least liquid ambition. I'm probably going to need to get some coffee here after the show. Because actually, this liquid death actually doesn't even have caffeine in it. It's just water, which makes it fun to bring to the nephews. I actually wrap it. I wrap it in gift paper last year and give it to them. I wrapped some of in gift paper again this time. Oh, let's see. Excellent. Thank you. Our other sacrament. Because it's been a while. Did you know that the Romans had a goddess named Clocina, who was the protector of the sewer system in Rome? She was worshipped to ensure that waste management went smoothly. Excellent thought about the Roman Empire today. Excellent thought about the Roman Empire. I'm going to turn on my other light here. And actually, now I did get my auxiliary camera fixed. You could screw and tighten the screws to make it stand up exactly where it's supposed to sit. But I had to get a tool to actually do the tightening because I couldn't do it by hand. So that's good. that part has been fixed. Let's go ahead and do, see, do I have something to open one-up dice with? Let's see. Well, take that down. Good morning, Brent. Good morning. There we go. So, of course, on the one-up dice Kickstarter, these are one-up dice by Infinite Black, and there were a lot of a lot of different dice designs on the Kickstarter. But I went with, see, this is Arcane Candle. So the one I chose was Arcane Candle. I didn't get all of them, but I don't know how many there were. There probably about 10, I guess, different sets. So it says now, Arcane Candle one-up dice. The cartridge is actually a dice tray. See the back. So it says one-up dice brings retro radical flavor to your favorite role-playing games. It looks like we got a bag inside too, like a dice bag, a Nintendo cartridge. It looks like an NES cartridge that opens up. It says includes a cartridge dice tray with magnetic closure, dice bag, 11 dice, 2d20, 1d12, 1d10, d%, 1d8, 4d6, and 1d4. They were sets of, James says they were sets of 3, so it's either 9 or 12 in total. May have been 9. But yes, okay. So very nice. This has got reflective printing on the cartridge. Hey, I want to show you. Do I have a? I don't have an unopened Elder Dice box, but I want to point out from the sake of product design here, that the dice are not in the N64 case. It's not N64, just the NES case. The dice aren't in there. In Elder Dice, the dice were packaged inside the spell book that they came in, which was great when you're like distributing Kickstarter awards and things like that. But it became not so great when you were wanting to sell the dice in retail, because you can't just look at the box and see the dice. So when Wizards of the Coast sells dice, they'll actually have a big box. That's something like this. I've seen those boxes like that in Walmart that have all the dice sitting there in a clear plastic tray that are facing out. So, it'd just be a small little handful of dice once you buy them, but they're big it's a big box sitting on the shelf that displays all of the dice. So in this case, they went with a clamshell packaging, which makes more sense for retail. So a retailer would be able to hang this up and you'd be able to see exactly what the dice are up there. And then you've got the NES case to put them down right here. So this is much more retail-friendly packaging than Elder Dice is. Arcane Candle is the set with the Poison Dagger and Fireball. Oh, yeah, there was the fire. I like that set. The Poison Dagger and also the Fireball dice. So let's open it up and see what's going on here. Nice. Dice. And NES cartridge. Love the retro theming. They did such a fantastic job. Now, David and I believe Brian worked on this as well. They did a fantastic job. David always does such a fantastic job with all of the graphics and all of that. And they really went in for the retro theming, like complete on the Kickstarter page. Complete on the Kickstarter page. So let's take a look at the dice. So it comes with a lot of dice, which is the distribution we started to use with the latest Elder Dice sets. I forget exactly what they were called, but putting more dice in there, which includes 2d20. So we always put the symbol on the highest value. Some people had put the symbol on the lowest value, but when we started making dice with Elder Dice, we wanted we wanted it to be good when you saw your symbol. There we go. We wanted it to be good when you saw your symbol, so we replaced the highest value with the symbol. Yes, there are still some games where you want to roll low, but we figured that most of the time the dice, it was better to roll high, so we put the symbol on the high side. So that's been continued here for 1-up dice. We've got 2d20. That way, when you're rolling with advantage or disadvantage, that was that thought. When you're rolling with advantage or disadvantage in 5e, you have matching dice for that. And of course, you can see the font here. The theming, I mean, so well themed. So even the font on the dice is themed to the retro flavor. It's really nice. Even the D4. That was big when we first started making dice. Of course, I'm not with Infinite Black anymore. I didn't actually have anything to do with the creation of these, because this is the first product out since I have not been with Infinite Black. But this was big when David and I were creating Elder Dice. We really wanted the D4s to have symbols on them as well, because it used to be that just the D20s, like there were some companies who were just putting a symbol on the D20, but then all the rest of the dice would be standard, even though they all looked alike with the same kind of styling and colors and all of that. But we even wanted the D4 to have the symbol on it, so it does. That would be a fun magic missile dice, especially if you had like the fireball and stuff like that. So of course you've got the 2d20, and we wanted 4d6. Well, I guess if you're casting fireball, I mean, there's several cases where you need multiple d6s in Dungeons and Dragons, but also character creation. So character creation was a big one. A lot of people do 4d6, drop the lowest. So we wanted you to be able to generate your character complete with a complete set of dice. D12, D10, and a percentile dice set. D8, D4. So that's what's become kind of standard for that. James says, I prefer the symbol on the high value, though I really like the Dragonbane dice with the high and low value. Oh, high and, I guess it's and. High and low values having a symbol that actually incorporates the number. Well, like the Lord of the Rings dice from the One Ring, have the Gandalf rune on one side and the Eye of Sauron on another. John says, the square clear dice boxes that Chessex comes in are perfect for storing single 28mm miniature humanoids with a little bit of foam. It makes traveling with a mini for your character safe and character easy. Nice point. All right, so let's take a look at the... Oh, the back comes off. Oh, it slides out from that. Ah, I see. Oh, is it magnetic? Oh, it is. Well, I guess I should have expected that, since the Elder Dice book boxes are magnetic. But that makes this extra secure. I figured that since it was plastic, there would just be something that could be clamped, clicked together or something. But actually, these dice boxes are magnetic. We got little magnets here and magnets there. So when you slip it together, you got the flange right there that makes it look like like the cartridge. It's tempting to blow the cartridge. So there we go. So once inside, yeah, you do have a dice tray inside for rolling dice, which is nice. Or you can keep them inside. Yeah. So yeah, we do have foil printing on the inside as well. Should be able to see it in the light. Oh yeah. Man, that does look psychedelic. That's fun. And then it also comes with a dice pouch with the symbol printed on, and 1-up dice. That's fun. So, I mean, of course, you could store them in here. Take them to your game day. Don't need this anymore. But also, you can put them in a pouch. Huh. Nice. That's a nice little extra. Yeah, these dice, the packaging is exceptional. David and Brian did a fantastic job. So I guess you can put that in there. And that there. Now it doesn't make noise. That's probably the purpose right there. So you've got it in your backpack or something like that. Maybe if you're taking this to school in your backpack, then it won't rattle. So that's nice. So you won't be walking around with rattling dice. That's a nice touch. Brent says that's a fantastic package. I'm a touch sad I passed on the 1-up dice sets now. Yeah, I wonder where they're going next. Of course, there were several different series of Elder Dice. I wonder what he's going to be doing with 1-up dice. Now he's kind of established a new brand with 1-up dice. I think that they are. I think I saw, because I was in on the Kickstarter, that pre-orders have launched. I don't know. Let's go check that out. That they were, because the Kickstarters were starting to ship. So the Kickstarter awards have been shipping. But I believe, let me get this back in here. But I believe pre-orders have been taken. Let me see. Let's see what's going on the Infinite Black website. Let's see. Oh, I don't see 1-up dice. Oh, 1-up dice. Here we go. Shop now, 1-up dice. So there we go. Oh yeah, I did get. I should show these. I did come up with some extra D20s. I need to put these D20s in here. So there are like pre-orders. Oh, how many sets there were right here. Oh, for some reason. There we go. 1-up dice master edition mythical sword set. 1-up dice healing heart, zombie chopper, radiant dice shield, 1-up fireball, 1-up elixir. I like that one too. Cackling skull, arcane candle. That's the one we just looked at. Radiant silver shield, 1-up poison dagger, 1-up mythic sword, 1-up cackling blood skull. The chonk golden D20. Plus sets of D6 if you need sets of D6. James says also tumbling dice wear out faster. Over time, the edges round off. Secure is the way to go for travel. PH says, talking about dice, I believe Stormlight RPG has custom dice. I think it's called plot die. It's binary to determine opportunities and communications. Let me bring back up here. Take that down. Reshuffle. So there were some extra D20s in there as well. So I got the gold. This is the Master Sword, gold. This is the shield in silver. Oh, that looks like the fireball. Why is this so dark? There we go. So that looks like the fireball right there. Focus. So that's what the gold and silver and fireball is. I'll stick them in here. The little pouch can even handle a few extra dice. All right. So that is 1-up dice. I think it's pretty cool. David and Brian did a fantastic job on those. Fantastic. Okay, so now I did get this in. So there is the Trial of St. Gabriel. That's the new book. It makes a fantastic little book. And one thing I could tell immediately as soon as it came out of the box, I was like, oh, check out the difference in color here. Remember I said that the color was off? Look at the difference between those two. So I got the color right then. So some kind of setting with the export or something, because, you know, it was brought up that, oh, do we have a situation where the printer can't get the color, you know, doesn't have exactly the colors or something like that. But it was something to do with the same thing, because I was like, no, they must be able to get much closer than this. I mean, this isn't right at all. So this is a much better cover. This is how it's supposed to look. So that works. Much better cover right here than we had. So that's fantastic. Right here, remember we had over here, we just have this black page right here. Like, oh, there was some kind of setting right here. Now we actually have the symbol right there. Unfortunately, over here, I've got the black symbol right here. That still didn't work. There's still something wrong with this. How irritating. I'm going to have to go through a third round because there is still that black thing there. I mean, I guess the thing to do would just be to remove it. I could just remove it. But I thought it was nice. I want to be able to have a little symbol there. So I've got to figure it. And obviously it worked here. So I figured it out right there. But it's not figured out right there. So I'm going to have to go through another round to get this sent out, which is really aggravating. It's another reason. Once it gets set up and right, I don't want to change it. So that's much better. Much better. I got to go one more round with it to get the chapter symbol there. But nonetheless, so here we are. I'll post a Kickstarter update about this to let everybody know. I'm still waiting. Again, I screwed up and I took the ebook down accidentally, and then I put it back up. And I thought, oh, because I thought I could make the ebook private and then send out links to everybody on DriveThruRPG. Turns out you can't do that. When I turned it private, I couldn't send out the link. So I went to turn it public again, and then it said, okay, well, now wait some more time in order to be re-enabled. So I'm waiting again on that. So as soon as that's ready, I'll send out the ebooks. Ideally, I would want to be able to start as soon as today to try to make a revised interior here and get that uploaded, because it'll take a little bit of time to process with the printer and then print it again. But I really want to be able to get that right. So I will get that underway and get that started for everybody. So that is the situation right there. But nice little books. In fact, we'll be making another little book. I'm going to put Brianna on cover design for the next thing that's coming. So we're going to get ready with that. All right. Well, is there anything else we need to say today? Brianna and I are actually supposed to start working in about 20 minutes. So that gives me time to kind of chill for just a moment, think about our plan, our structure, and stuff like that. Because, man, we are headed into more stuff. I feel like I've been trying to get really off the ground here, but now, as soon as I hate that I have to go back and work on the Trial of St. Gabriel, but obviously I've got to get that right in order to get that finished up, because we are headed into the cultists, and that is going to be fantastic. Oh, I guess I should just share that so that you know. If you're looking for something on YouTube, there we go. The cultist channel right here. Please do come over here and make sure that you're subscribed over here. The cultists. The three episodes are already re-uploaded and re-released over here. But we're gonna try to put together a campaign and product based on the cultists here. that we can take and maybe even be able to fund the show for season 3. That would be a lot. That would be a lot. But we kind of have, if we're going to do it, and it's even in a big hurry, there's not a lot of time to coordinate. But we've already written the scripts for season 3, and it sure would be nice to be able to get everybody together for season 3 this spring and be able to conclude the Cultists and our web show. And it sure would be nice to be able to prove that there's some viable way to make web shows online today. And people keep telling me that it's not possible. So maybe it doesn't. Brent says he'd support season 3. So I can think of a couple of different things to do with the Cultists. We have a board game, but the board game is going to take a little bit of time. But we have something else that we've been working on, which might be able to launch sooner and then perhaps be able to get season 3 funded. So it'd be really great to be able, it'd be really great for the Cultists to successfully conclude, to prove that it can be done. So, all right, everybody, I am out of here. I'm going to go talk to Brianna. Everybody, please get your, take care of everything today. Take care of yourself, but go forth, be creative, be constructive, and grind on. See you tomorrow, everybody.